Question one, our community is here tonight, and there has at times been a disconnect between our elected officials and the experiences and needs of Hamilton County residents. How will you ensure, if you were elected, that you would be both transparent and accountable to Hamilton County? And of course, as an incumbent, how would you prioritize being transparent and being accountable?
Thank you. I feel there is a disconnect when it comes to communication with students and teachers, getting information to and from the school board. I feel a lot of our issues in District 9 are always pushed aside and shoved and fixed with a Band-Aid until it gets bad enough for someone to step in and fix them. This is why I believe in self-assessments. I believe that that should be done regularly to hold, if I'm elected, myself as a school board member accountable for my actions and making sure that my district is having a positive impact for what I am doing and what I'm trying to do. And I'm also committed to bottom-up evaluations to ensure that every teacher and every level of the school system is being held accountable for what they're doing. I propose to address this issue by placing more effective teacher advisory councils. And what I mean by more effective teacher advisory councils, I mean to have 2 or 3 teachers from all over Hamilton County to meet and be able to talk to the school board members and the superintendent on a monthly basis. Somewhat like the student advisory council, they meet the second Monday of each month and they get to talk to the superintendent and let him know what they're going through and stuff like that. And I feel like that's what the teacher advisory council should model after, because I think the school board members need to start meeting with these teachers so they can get a more intimate idea of what's going on in the school system on a daily basis. And even our students, I think that would be a great time for our students to be able to communicate to the board members and let them know what's going on, since some of them aren't able to step into the buildings as often as they should. I also believe that this will keep us accountable because of the things that are addressed and brought up in these council meetings. I want them to be able to assess me as a school board member and say, okay, we talked about this, why haven't anything been done? Or why haven't this been addressed? I feel like that's where the self-assessments come in, so I can hold my end of the stick and make sure that I am addressing these issues. And don't get me wrong, as a school board member, we can't fix everything, but I do want to be able to show the teachers and students that I am trying to make a difference in the district. Thank you.
And once again, the question, Steve, how will you ensure, if elected, re-elected, that you will be both transparent and accountable to Hamilton County community?
Thank you. That's a good question. I believe in transparency. I believe in accountability. While I've been on the board, we have added Skyping. That we have all our school board meetings are Skype, so they're open to the public. Most of us, I think all of us, if not all, most of us have presented our phone numbers, our cell phones, our emails, and sometimes I get behind. I missed 2 days. I left my phone somewhere and came back and missed 2 days, and I had 400. So we get quite a few messages. Received messages from Saudi Daisy the other day, or Saudi Daisy or Hickson, I'm not sure which, and the lady said, can you help me with a problem? And I said, well, you tried? I said, well, you have got the name for someone who tries to answer all questions. And so I'm thankful that they understand that. I do want to answer all questions. I'm concerned with District 9, but I'm concerned with every child in this county. Like I say, I've lived most of my life in this district, but I have lived in adjoining areas, and I went to school at an inner city school when my father worked with an inner city mission on what used to be Harriet Tubman Homes. So I'm familiar with it throughout the whole system. I've worked closely with commissioners, and we need to do that, and the mayor, and I think that's essential that we do. We have to be partners, and since I've been on the board, the transparency I think has improved greatly, and it is also the unity between the different governmental bodies, and I think that's really important. We have the commission meetings are every Wednesday. Is that right, Mr. Bankston? Yeah. And every Wednesday, I would urge you to go to the courthouse, although it'll be in the Paul McDaniel building for finance tomorrow. I urge you to come. Normally, we have the third Thursday of the month. You're welcome to come in person to the school board meetings. And if you can't come in person, please get it on Skype because it will be there. And we keep a record of it. You can get it at a later date. You can even look it up on Skype at a later date. There are certain things on transparency that are not allowed, certain personnel questions, certain HR questions, certain things that are not allowed. And so what I do normally is go through first our attorney, and if I'm not satisfied with our school board attorney's question, an answer to the question, then I'll go to the 4 state attorneys at the school board, and I know all of them on a first name basis now. And the legality is something that we have to be very careful of. We can easily lose a lawsuit, and we don't want to do that. We want to be as transparent. And once again, on transparency, I reach out to at least 100 people in a random poll for every major issue. And I have been in schools, every school in this district, almost every month. The 11 schools in District 9, I've been in twice a month. That's my goal, sometimes 3, 4, 5 times. I have taught or co-taught classes in there, and I always ask students what their point of view is and their teachers. Thank you.